So if you turn to the back of your notes and you go down to example 4, today we're going to be learning the second part of solving systems of equations using elimination. So keep in mind, first off, you want to make sure elimination works out whenever your x's are lined up, your y's are lined up, and your constants are lined up. Or in other words, both functions are written in standard form. And that's the ax plus by equals c. Now, we also said in order to use elimination, you have to be able to eliminate a variable. The only way you can eliminate a variable is if your variables are complete and total opposites. So in some of the examples that we looked at yesterday, and even in the warm-up that we did, we had total opposites. Like for example, in this one, notice how your y's are opposite, and you can just cancel them out. And then what you do is you add what you have remaining. But in this example here, we do not have any opposite variables. So in the example we saw yesterday, we saw, well, we don't have opposite variables, but if I distribute through a 3 to this equation, then I'll have opposite variables, because then that will become a negative 15y. So you would have negative 2x plus 15y equal to negative 32. And then this is 21x minus 15y is equal to whatever 17 times 3 is. Sorry. 51. And then you see how your y's are opposite and they cancel out. That was one of yesterday's examples. So in this example, we look and we have to decide which variable is easiest to eliminate. And I'm going to put cancel out. And the truth is, it doesn't matter. It could be the x's or it could be the y's. You've got to figure out how you're going to do that. So let's cancel out x's. So I'm going to focus on my x terms here. And I have a 3x and I have a 4x. And I have to decide, okay, if I take my 3 and I take my 4, what is the smallest number that both 3 and 4 will go into? So I need to find what's called the least common multiple. And so 3 and 4 will both go into 12 evenly. So how do I turn a 3 into a 12? I have to times it by 4. So up here, where I've got the 3x, I'm going to distribute through a 4 to all of those terms. How am I going to turn a 4 into a 12? Well, I'm going to multiply it by 3. So with this function, I'm going to distribute through a 3. Okay, so step 1, multiply each equation so you can eliminate one variable. I had to multiply both equations. So when I do that, I'm going to rewrite my new equations. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 2y is 8y. And then 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times 3y is 9y. And then 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So I'm ready to eliminate, except one problem. I don't have variables that will cancel out. They're not total opposites of each other. So what that means is one of these sets I've got to distribute through a negative 2. Well, it doesn't matter which one you choose, the top or the bottom. Let's say this one right here. But what I should have done was I should have distributed through a negative 3 instead of a positive 3. Because again, these have to be complete opposites. So instead of this being positive 12x, it's going to be negative 12x. And then it's going to be minus 9y. And then it's going to be positive 6. Okay, so I'm ready to eliminate. So we're going to add what we have. My x's cancel out. 8y and negative 9y adds to negative 1y. 6 and 4 adds to 10. So now I know that my y is equal to negative 10. All right, we're halfway there. So the second step is now find x. So if you remember, theme is sub back in to find the other variable. So now we know that y is negative 10. We're going to sub in the negative 10. I always go back to the original into one of the equations. So let's go with 3x plus 2y is equal to 1. And I'm going to replace y with negative 10. So 3x minus 20 is equal to 1. Okay, add the 20 to the 1. So 3x is equal to 21. Divide by 3. And x is 7. So the point that these two functions have in common is the point 7, negative 10. So we have just solved this system by elimination. Okay, so take a few minutes now. Try it on your own. And when you're ready, watch the second video.